Grana Weepnibong, and welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things Transformers and Transformers action figure related. And today on my channel we're going to be taking a look at the fourth version of this figure here that I've had on my channel. This now is the 32EX take on Darius. This is the planet-size Galvatron. Hey! Now this one did take me a little longer to get to. Shozy sent it me originally like this, and there was a little thing missing, and that was this. Luckily Shozy very quick to turn it around and sent me through the added bit that they forgot, so massive thanks to Shozy for that. As we always do on this channel, let's first of all take a look at the packaging. The packaging is nice. All of these Darius figures have had beautiful packaging, and this Galvatron Needs You appearance is fantastic. So we get the 32EX Legendary Heroes, awesome Galvatron aka Darius artwork, and then Super Planet Form special free gift. On the side we get Darius, gun mode and bot mode, legendary heroes, Destron leader, and then on the back we get the full view of the amazing planet size Galvatron. I can't believe someone's made an awesome figure of this. Can't wait to get this on my shelf. New age 15 and up. Warning, don't eat your children because they have small parts and whatnot. Then at the side they have Darius gun mode. Darius at the top saying, I need you, I need you. Then underneath this sticker is probably a damaged box. No, this will just peel off this time. Nice. And underneath we get Darius. So that's the box. Beautiful, beautiful box art. We also get the Destron Destructions with this, which is the same destructions that come with absolutely every Darius, that shows you how to do everything, but doesn't show you how to convert him into what is inside here. So inside here we will get to in a second, but this is the free gift. This is the planet, which we'll get to in a second, and the box for that just says New Age. So yeah, nice. So now let's look at the main event himself, Darius in his gun mode, and it is a beautiful legend size take on Galvatron. We have a solid looking blaster here. This is see-through obviously on the other version of Darius that I showed before, and I'll bring that out in just a second to compare the two. But we have really nice shimmery shiny purples on this. Really like all of the coloration here as well. On the back we just, the only thing I don't really like on these ones is the feet. I suppose they can go like this, but they're supposed to go out like that, and it just looks like you've transformed the feet. A bit of a letdown on this figure, but other than that, very nice detail in here on the front, nice red touches on the side. Very cool. You'll notice here as well though that I don't plug this bit into the arms. This is because, as I actually said on a previous review, the reason I don't do that is because I've had challenges with these joints here, and I think that when I plug this in, it stretches this joint and causes the arm to then become very loose when it's in bot mode. So you'll see I don't connect this piece in on this, although it should go in like that. We do have the tracks here as well. Tracks do not move, but have that nice silver coloration here. So overall, very nice looking mode. Not much you can do. You can kind of separate things out a little bit to give it a little bit of articulation and posability, but there's not much from an articulation and posability thing really with this. It just sits there and looks all pretty. So bringing in the toy accurate color version of Galvatron, we can see on Darius, sorry, we can see where the differences are between the two figures. This has got the more translucent one. This is also obviously more accurate to the toy. The color schemes, you know, it depends on which one you prefer. I have both because I like both. Basically, I prefer the gun on this one instead of this one. I definitely prefer actually the whole color scheme of this one over the more kind of movie accurate version. But this one turns into a planet. I guess all being all, this one could turn into a planet as well if I just gave it the planet. But this one's going to be a planet. Definitely. All in all, very, very nice. Only colorization differences. No differences with the molding for these figures whatsoever. Just I mean, this is metal, so there is some die cast on this, and you can just see there's just some colorization differences. For another comparison, we can bring out the Mech Fans Toys awful take on Galvatron, which is actually pretty close to this one. You've got the bright orange here, but this thing is horrible figure. So you can see how they look together. Obviously, this is absolutely beautiful. This is an absolute disaster piece. And then just to put in next to a core class figure, so you can get a kind of size comparison here. Core class Megatron, he's about the same size as core class Megatron. Obviously this just sticks out, but he's about the same size as your core class Megatron if we stick them by each other. Transformation time then, and first thing we're going to do is remove this little piece here, and then once we've removed that, we can then take these elements here at the side and just rejig everything for the arms. So put everything back in their place to make a little bit more room around everything else. Now that you've done that, unfurl the arms and bring the hand around. Unfurl the arms and bring the hand around. Then you can just unpeg this section here, loosens off this, and then fold this piece in, and you fold this piece in. So at this point, just move this forwards and bring it in, and bring it in like that, so everything is kind of folded in together, and you can raise that up, raise this up, and swing everything round, swing, whoop, swing everything round. This is like a triple twist that we have to do here, and then swinging this piece. Swinging this piece is always up. Lift the arms, that's the one. Lift the arms and lift the arm again just to get it past there, and then you've swung everything round into the correct place. Once you've swung all of that around, the next thing we're going to do is just put that in there and then put that in there, so that you've got this section then can just fold into the side, and this can come up, so you can see that we have that in there, and then you can bring the arms back down. Now that we have that down, you can maneuver the arm up, and you can see that latch just attaches in there, and then this one is just going to attach in there. Spin it round and bring this to the back, elevate this section up, and bring these to lock everything in place. Now we move onto the legs and just unattach, and then we can bring this down here as well. Bring everything through to the knee, including that switch there, and just fold it in. Whoop, fold it in. Well, keep the knees bent, that's the one, and then fold it back in on itself. Maneuver that out to swing the foot round if needs, and then close back. Then same with the other leg, bring it through like this, fold it back, bring this foot through, and just close it down and bring the foot through at the same time and close it off. Okay, just one final touch, and that is to add in the cannon on the arm, which is easier said than done on this. And there we go, we have our fully transformed Darius, aka Galvatron. And what a beautiful little legend scale dude this truly is. You can see the amazing paint job, the kind of shimmering, shiny, purpley, bluey paint job. More movie accurate, kind of cream, or yeah, well, maybe, well, actually no, not cream, very white looking face, the lovely glowing red eyes with a little silver beardo going on there. The knees on the figure are metal, so that's die cast, which is very, very cool. You can see here you've got the reds, the purples, the silver. This purple doesn't quite match everything else, which is a bit of a shame that they couldn't quite color match this piece to this piece, because that would have been absolutely perfect. Tracks sit on the back just as like you would want with Galvatron, and super shiny shininess on the back. The back of the figure looks just as good as the front of the figure, and that, if you watch this channel, that's super important to me. I know people say, I don't present mine with the back like this. Well, I do sometimes. I do, and I think he looks beautiful. Front, back, very, very good. Next up, articulation, and we'll start at the head. You'll get a full 360 on the head. You'll get a up, you'll get a bit of a down. Not too bad. On the arms, we'll get a full 360 here, and then we'll also get a nice elbow turn. Arms, we can see, are pretty secure on both sides because I haven't plugged them in. I'll show you the comparison when I bring it in, so that looks to have fixed the issues that I was having with the arms on every single one of these figures. Then also the hands will articulate and rotate and all those good things. At the hips, as you can imagine, we do get a full 360. We get a nice front, we get a nice back, we get an out to the side, a super overextension on the knee, and these shin pads, knee pads also moved, and articulation on the toes with whoop whoop toe articulate. Nice. Also super important on this channel, the dude can ninja kick. I know I forget this sometimes, but he can ninja kick as well. Very cool. Accessories with this dude, then, he comes with a lot. First off are these little faces, so you can change him to having a bit of a smiley face or a more miserable face. I will probably change him to the super smiley face. To do this is really easy. You just have to prise off the front here, which I should be able to just do fairly easily. Tap him and his face comes off. Face off, face off. So yeah, I want him to have this smiley face when he's in his final form of a planet mode. Yeah, super cool. Nice face. He also comes with a wonderful assortment of hands, usual with the pointy fingers and the spread out hands, but the extra one that this dude comes with is the super cool peace sign. To replace these is easy. Pop it off and pop it on, and then we can go, yeah dude. So cool. So before we head into look at his final form, let's do a quick comparison with his other kind of wave mates, I guess, from this wave of Darius's. So first of all, here he is next to I Don't Want to Stand Up Straxus. And then we'll bring out the shattered glass take on Megatron. And then finally, the one we looked at before, which is the original toy color take on Galvatron. So we can see on the comparison here that they don't want to stand up properly. All of them looking super cool together. This is such a great collection. But if I just take these two away for a second, and we can see here the difference I'm talking about in the arms. So you can see this one, pretty stiff, pretty nice. This one is, oh, you can't really see it. There you go. This one, floppy, floppy, floppy. This one, stiff. Very good. So, again, personally, don't plug the bits in on the tracks into the arms, because this is what it'll do to your arms. So now to compare him with the Mech Fans Toys take on Galvatron, which is trash, and we can see here big difference. Obviously this is just absolutely gorgeous compared to this legend scale doing phenomenal work versus trash. But then we can also take a look at him next to the core class Megatron, and we can see that he is, even though in the alt mode he was a similar kind of size, he's much bigger when it comes to the bot mode. So, time for Galvatron's final form! Planet Galvatron! So, this is really cool. Look at the detail in it. It looks awesome. Looks very similar to how it was supposed to look in the cartoon itself. Absolutely love it. Now, this comes with no instructions on how to put it together, so that's what we're going to look at now. First thing, this top bit, take it off. Ta-da! Secondly, get the bot and hold him up, and you're going to need these two bits here out. Okay, so you can put his arms up and his arms up. These two sections here are going to fit into these two sections here. They're kindly in the shape that you need. This opens up like that, so you can just stick him through here. And there we go, and then you can just pop this section up, and you'll see that section goes there, and that section fits nicely there. Then curl his toes up and stick his toes through the holes in the bottom. This is actually the trickiest bit of the whole thing, trying to get his little toey wowies through. Oh, maybe I have to do it the other way. Maybe it's like this. Yep, so don't extend the feet, and then you'll get them to do even easier. Then once you've got everything kind of in, just pop everything in, and then it's a matter of aligning everything. So stick those bits in there, align this nicely with this section. There we go, and there we go, and there we have our planet size Galvatron. Look how happy he is! I'm a planet! So here we have our fully planetoid Galvatron. He is so cool. Really happy. Obviously, he is impacted a little bit when it comes to things like articulation, but who needs articulation when you're a damn planet? So final thoughts on this dude, and would I recommend him? Hell yeah, I'd recommend him. He is definitely, out of all of them, the most fun of all. He is a planet. Look how happy he is. He is great. This is such a unique little figure. Looks awesome on your shelf next to the other Dariuses. So very different. Really glad Show Z were able to get this to me. Let me know your thoughts on this dude down in the comments, and I'll see you in my next video. Alright guys, in a bit. Peace!